This is the GeoServer, the maps control. You see the application and the controller name. That's all. There is no additional attribute. You saw all the information that you need. So it's already plotted. If I started GeoServer, you get the GeoServer. I will show you how it is done. This is the most important. It's more complex. The processing in the both side, in the how do you install the GeoServer and how we call the your GeoServer, the services, the WMS service, the WFS service to the your HTML page or your view page, and I will show you detail. And this is all the interaction that I have it in here. So all the data set into the GeoServer, and we call this GeoServer, and then even though a lot of things you can maintain it here. So you see all the information, which level information you try to do, and this is our register address and register plots, and these are buildings. So if I go to there, some buildings that I show already discussed here. So this is all of the plots. This is all plots. Sorry, it's a little bit slower with internet reason. So you see the all plot that's already registered into our systems. So that means you register your plots, you register your buildings, your whatever it is, or register your physical address. You can see in the maps because we store this information to the backend server with via this controller. That's why I try to explain more detail that one. So here is the maps definition, where is the controller definitions, and here's our as it is our simple controller definition. So we try to get all the file list, all our address if you are looking for this one. So you see the register address, register plots, and register buildings, and then all additional informations from the, if you had to try to, because we didn't build this one, we take the road network information from the OpenStreetMap, we build it into the database, and we configure our GeoServer, call the services to our view page. That's why you see our networks and what information we need to the applications. That's the different part. I will show you how is that when I did the complete developments. So just like give it to you the overview of how it works. So, and this is the part of the, okay, we did the controller parts, and then all the exactly same definition, CRUD operations, nothing special there. And here is this exactly the same definition, this different controller name for different purposes. I will show you how the different purposes works, and we redirect this page, and then page is there. So in the page, you can I can show you how the page look like. So here our geometry object form. They're exactly the same. We define our controllers, controller, add functions and objects, and the method post methods, and then as it is, that same thing, and nothing wrong. Here, just like here, one of the example placeholder when you go to here, if I show you the forms, you see that the forms, that is the important one, is need to take care. This is the important one. So form, I like give it one example, because if you try to put the polygon into the backend server, and polygon need to close it. That means, and the polygon first point, last point need to same. You see the past points, it is here. Is first points, some latitude, longitude, latitude combination, and latitude, longitude, the same points. Then you properly create your polygons. So here is you fill your registration ID, just additional information. Just you need to fill. This is most important. So this is the address of the users. Where is he, the person, the owner of the buildings or plots, who is he located, is a geographical address, geographical coordinates, address, or geocode. And then this is the part of the instrument, the linking between this geometry is assigned to the plots or assigned to the buildings, or whatever it is, depending. This is the all information. You type the city name, and road type, house number, postal code, and geometry type. So it's calculated automatically when you set these coordinate points. So let's see here the country, and you see the same thing, reset, and this is the coordinate extra store, and here is your existing coordinates. So here, if I go there, so here's one of the dummy applications when one geometry, one object is stored there, and it says, sorry, so sorry, it's a navigator not yet properly implemented. So I will show you how is it works. So a little bit slower. So let's say we try to implement. So we did the recording part. So recording part, we just click it here. So we can build or calculate or areas, or just like you digitizing here. So we additional this one, we add this plot, we add this plot, and we add this plot, and that's just, that's I said. Just you need to copy this polygon points. Just you need to copy these polygon points, or you build additional support, or even though you can calculate the volume of the polygon, how much the coverage of the area, or even though if you have 3D models, you can put it in the volumes of the buildings, the height of the buildings, and or you can additional button and click this button and fill the your objects into the here. So just you need to that is set this in values in here. I will show you how is it done to this implementation when I did it done. So that's one of the case, the forms, and then the existing user address. So you see the coordinates points, the most important one. So we all the register address, what if it is the plot. You see the reference, or it is the person who has physically located a location as the postal address, or it is the plot. So I said this is the plot, or no, this is the plot, or this is the person who is located physically, and you can define it here, all the combination what you like to see. So this is our record. This is our really important geographical object storing part. So this is the complex one. This is the part you need to. After that, when you take this information to the backend server, you can use any polygon. You see the geometry type and the coordinates points, and you see that the pass points, the first point and last point, it is still the same. Even though we can write it in the validation into the form. Oh, when did the submit, the save, add and save submit button, and the validation come to the play. Even though I think so, there is a validation is running. So you see the validation is playing to the play. So when I did the development, I will do it's validation is running. If it's not there, and even though you can also validate which the reference number, is it right reference number already into the systems. Then you can validate also the number. And if you do go there, then it's another check. Is it the reference number? Is it building number or plot number? Even though for this case, even the cross check it, is it the building or plots or whatever is it exist already into the systems? That means you go to the third systems, you check it, if the registration process is done properly or is already done, already properly checked, and then you fill these attributes or you enter input points and do the your recording. That means everything is checked, everything properly, and then you store your geometry. And then normally when you store the geometry into the backend server, normally the geometry doesn't change after a long time. Maybe 10 years later, maybe one building has multiple users. Then that case we can divide it. Buildings normally doesn't divide it. Buildings just floor is divided. But plot has, if you have big plots and the buildings in one building is today, and we want 2 years later there is another buildings, then you can put it in other buildings. But you need to remark it. This is the buildings is assigned to, this is the geolocations is assigned to these buildings or this floor, this plot, or this is the geometry assigned to the owner of this building. The physical address means postal address. That's the important one. So here's our implementation. You see the forms and additional 2 buttons where you can get the coordinates, polygons, coordinates points, where we can digitize it or record it from where. So you can take it from the OpenStreetMap, or you can take it from the Leaflet, and not the Leaflet, or even though you use a WSM map, the OpenStreetMaps, but in the library, when you try to combine or call the JavaScript library to load the maps from the Google's or OpenStreetMap or Yahoo map or whatever it is, or Google Earth, or depending. I will show you detail how is it works. So this is the implementation. So that means all our form part, our definition part, our view part, model part done, controller part done, view part done. Then now additionally, what we need our concentrate our map interactions. That's the most important one, because this is the application is a geo and non-geo is combined. That means anywhere, nowadays anywhere